So if you are spending hours trying to grind in Rise Crossover and you'd rather be doing anything else like touching grass or something, like obviously you can't spend the your whole time playing this game, but you still want to progress, I've got you covered. So this right here is going to be the easiest way to both AFK farm gems and money. So, and also the best part is you can do this all the time, 24/7 on your phone, on your computer, on a toaster, you know, even if it has Wi-Fi or a digital display. You could even do it on your Samsung smart refrigerator. So let's break it down. So we're going to be using the sponsor of today's video, UG Phone, to make this possible. So UG Phone is pretty much a virtual device that will run your Roblox account on the cloud, so your phone or computer does not have to be on at all. There will be no battery usage, Wi-Fi usage, overheating, nothing. You can just farm while you're asleep, while you're away, whenever you want. So the first step is going to be head on down into the description of this video and you'll head on over to UG Phone. Now there's more information about UG Phone, about how you can run multiple instances. As you see, you can switch devices super easily. You can cloud play online whenever you want. There's ultra low latency, which is something I really like about this, and it's like a cloud emulator of an Android. So what we're going to do is come onto the home thing and click play now. Now when you load in, come on over to the me section and sign into your account. Now once you're signed in, you'll be on a page like this. So you should be able to get 250 of these gems just for joining in. I think they're called gimps or whatever. These are what you're going to use to actually pay for your thing. As you see, you can use 12 of them for 1 hour or 96 for 8 hours. You can just keep exchanging them through. Now what we're going to do is come on over to devices. So if you have already, make sure you do sign up using the link in the description, because this sadly is, I'm not going to lie to you and say this is free. This is going to be paid, but you can set your selection for your server, and you can additionally set which quality of an emulator you're going to use. So these Android emulators can literally get to be better than most common devices you're going to be using. Like this one, you can have an 8-core CPU and 16 gigs of RAM and 200 gigabytes of storage. Like genuinely the best one you can get, all for about $3 a day, which I know sucks, but I would recommend using something like this one, which is going to be 4 gigabytes of RAM, 4-core CPU, 64 gigabytes of storage, only $1.29 a day. That one, or use the KVIP, which is going to be 5.3 gigabytes, just a tiny bit more. And what we're going to do is, once you have set up your account, we're going to go over to your devices. So come on over to your cloud phone, and I'm doing this on a PC. I love how I can sign into my account and do this on my computer at any time. But what we're going to do is go into our phone. So you should just click on it. It'll initialize connecting you to it. So we're going to come on over to the tool center. So in the tool center, this is where you're going to download like apps, not games, but apps and stuff. So we're going to search for auto clicker, and we're going to get this blue one right here. So download it and then install it and then open it up. And then once you've opened it up, make sure you go on in and agree to all of its terms and allow device access so that it can actually like interact with the screen, because it is an auto clicker, so it'll have to be able to interact. Once you set it up correctly, you should get something like this. Now you should be able to close it out without an issue. So move this over, and now come over to Game Center. This is obviously where you'll download games, and under RPG, Roblox should just be right there. So download that. If not, you can search it. Once that finishes downloading, make sure you install it. Okay, so once it is completed, clear this out and you should look something like this. So now we're going to go into Roblox and we're going to sign into our account. This is completely 100% safe. It's all saved on the emulator. There's no privacy security risk. This is all saved into the emulator, which is 100% private. Sign into your account. Okay, so now that you are in, we can go and find Arise Crossover. So head on over to Arise Crossover and load into a game. Now this will work better in private servers, and especially if you do want to join, I host private servers in my Discord server, so make sure you join that and check it out. We're also hosting a guild entry light, so if you want to apply to enter into our guild, you can join into our guild if you want to check that out. Because currently we have plenty of slots full. So as soon as you load in, one thing to immediately do is come up to your settings, Roblox, scroll down, turn graphics all the way down, come to settings, click low mode. It's going to lower out the settings. Go to settings, other shadows, ultimate effects, that subcut scenes, particle, screen shake, visual effects, creator effects, pretty much turn everything everything off if you can. Sound effects, music effects, obviously turn GIFs on in case you want to win the giveaway that I'll be mentioning later in the video. Now we're going to come back up into this. So one thing to note, I'm not obviously doing this in the emulator, but what you need to do is when farming, if possible, you need to take note of how long it takes for you to kill something and base that on if you'll farm it or not. So the general note is if it takes you longer than 2 seconds to kill something, so what you need to do is go find the island that you think you're going to do the best at. So I'm going to head over to really any island real quick. So for example, the Dragon Ball Island, this one is newer. The units will have like more health and whatnot. So I'm going to head on over there real fast. And the in general note is when you are farming before you set up the auto clicker to AFK is you want to find the good island that you know you can comfortably kill NPCs pretty fast. So you don't want to be able to one-shot the highest one, because that means you're not really going to be getting the best rewards for your time spent farming that NPC. So I'm going to head on over real fast over to this one. So this will be a perfect example. So over on this Dragon Ball Island, these NPCs, I can one-shot them. So if I wanted to move up to say like the highest health NPC on this island, a Sky unit, well, I can still one-shot them, but then the next thing to then consider is going to be the brutes. But guess what? I can still one-shot those. So then that's when you should know you should probably go up to the next island. So the good spot is going to be for over here, find an NPC. And as you see, it definitely takes more than one hit to kill. So if I'm going to go into my auto clicker mode, it's pretty fast. So I'm going to switch to a higher health one, like right here. This is going to be the highest one, and start attacking them, and it's pretty fast. I'm going to turn on if you don't have auto attack. Pretty much a good thing to note is if you go to the game, if you go to the game on Roblox and come over and click like and favorite, it gains you access to the auto click, auto attack, and a few other game passes for free. But whenever you're fighting, make sure auto attack works. And as you see, if it takes longer than 2 seconds to kill the NPC, this is going to be the perfect chance to move to a brute. So this is the highest NPC on the island. Anything under this takes less than 2 seconds. So what we're going to do is switch on over to a brute. So if I come up here, you didn't know. So as you see, we're going to be farming this brute. So for the time it takes to kill it, the money drop is going to be so much better. And I have a whole video that goes into full depths about these NPCs and killing them, and that'll be at the end of this video or up in the top corner if you want to watch that. It's going to be a full in-depth guide about the multiplier system and how everything works, just so you don't waste your time, obviously, because that's the last thing you want to do. So what we're going to do, head back on over to the emulator. So when we're inside the emulator, we're going to run on over. I'm going to turn on always run, one click send C. Okay, so let's see settings. So now I should be able to run faster. Okay, so what we're going to do is come to a good spot where you can fight. So if you say you're going to be like me, you don't have shadows and you don't have the auto attack on, I'm going to do is I'm going to be clicking to auto fight, right? So I don't have an auto clicker. I just want to click. What I'm going to do is click record and never show this again. I'm going to start clicking good amount of times, and then I'm going to come up here, pause it, and then save the recording as whatever you want. And then this is when you want to set it to infinite loop, okay, and then replay. So now it's going to sit here and just click and farm away for you. You can also set on like these things, and if you do want to head back on over, switch to the account you're using and go over to the game you're playing, favorite it, like it, notify it, head back on over and turn on the auto clicker, and then I'm going to turn off this. So now that this is working, this is just a good note to show, always like and favorite the game. This is going to allow you to have free access to these game passes. And as you see, we got our first shadow. So now I'm going to quickly equip it and turn on auto. Let's see, I think auto attack should be, I think that's a game pass, but anyways. And now we're going to start attacking, right? And if you want to set up to where your shadows are the ones doing the work for you, what you want to do is record where you just click attack and then click somewhere else, and then pretty much wait for that to die, and then wait a good few seconds, and then you can obviously come back down and pre-fire it. And once it spawns back in, wait a few seconds just in case, and then click attack, and then click back up here if you can, pause it, save, set it to infinite loop. And now it, as you see, if I pause it, play, replay, it'll do the attacking for us. So now I can also come back into shadows and equip best. And this is going to allow us to AFK this way. This is going to be the best way that you can do it this way if you are wanting to. And if you are though have auto attack, and you just want to AFK without this, you can just click somewhere else random, leave it like that. That way the game sees you emulating a click, or thinks you're still AFK, so it doesn't kick you from the game. Now the last way we're going to AFK is we're going to come on, you can exit this out, close the panel, we're going to come up into menus and come on down into the AFK rewards. Now they do have a bunch of great rewards you can get in this game, but we're going to come on into AFK rewards, and this, as you see, is really loud. So AFK rewards, if you turn off auto join, you're gonna have to use an auto clicker, so make sure this is marked as on. Come up to this thing. This is another thing for performance. If you are running into performance issues, make sure you come up to this thing right here. This is going to be like how you can get back to the home button, the home section. If you click this will send you back to the home page. We're going to just set your visual quality to 240p. This is going to obviously get it really fuzzy, but this is going to lower the quality that it's having to run the game at, allowing you to obviously AFK longer. And there's all sorts of good rewards you can get. There's all sorts of good rewards you can get, like you can get a mount, you can get the new G rank whistle unit, which is going to be the best in the game. You can get gems, tickets, powders, random potions, really good drops. Just make sure you come up in here, click this, and set this to 240p. And then if you're wondering to leave it AFK, just come up here, click this. You don't even have to leave, but leave, exit out, and you can go back on to playing whatever you want. And anyways, if this video did help you out, make sure to leave a like. And if you are wanting to enter into the giveaway I was yapping about earlier, all you got to do to enter is comment. Is first, obviously, like, subscribe, and comment your username down below. But if you were going to be entering into the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away every single game pass inside of a Rise crossover. And once again, to enter, all you got to do is like, subscribe, and comment your username down below to enter into the giveaway. And thank you for UG Phone for sponsoring this video. And if you want to sign up, make sure you click the link in the description to head on over to UG Phone. Once again, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and peace.